Hello, all you fine people out there. It's Lumin. We got Agricola on this Friday, playing EIK, GWM France G4567 with Malingo, Mercator, and Tepembo. This pack is a little interesting. I think Circus Manager is the best card, all else equal. But Head of the Family's good as always. Trailblazer's good. Eris is interesting, but Groupie makes Circus Manager. I mean, yeah, like if I can tempt someone into playing Groupie, then Circus Manager becomes like a bookshelf. So I just have to hope someone else picks Groupie, right? So what this actually means is that I hope for Magician to be in like my fourth pack somehow. That's my best case scenario, so that everyone sees a good traveling players card. Alright, well... Whoops, I didn't put G6, G7 in. Yeah, so no Rent Keeper. My bad. Mercator and Malingo are fine with it. Okay. So that means Milking Hand might be slightly worse because cows are easier in G6, G7. If you force me to play Welfarist, well, I can maybe wheel it. If you want to make me play Welfarist, I will pick Milking Hand here and hope to wheel it. I don't think I can pick Hill Bandit, or ignore Hill Bandit and Milking Hand. Hill Bandit's so good with stuff like Circus Manager that makes you play it early, but I mean, I can find early Ox later in the draft. That's not how it works. Well, I mean, I make the rules here. No, if you suggest for me to take a bad card, then I get to try to wheel it. Okay, so... Supervisor... Chief's Grandson... These are kind of bad. I probably just take Resource Collector. Yeah, that's okay. Just an early Ock. Foreman Traveling Players, that's funny. Well, I don't know if I want to boost it too much. Alright, so here comes the Magician, right? We want a Magician. Hey, cool Papa Bell. My Terra Mystica tournament game is a week from tomorrow. I'm in Group D. So that's Saturday the 5th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Alright, so no traveling here, but part-time builder's pretty good. Kelp Gatherer I like, Cheapskate I like, though Cheapskate probably less necessary when I have Circus Manager. Kelp Gatherer creates an interesting interaction. Whenever somebody else fishes, they get bonuses. I mean, I could play Kelp Gatherer. Make everything, well, then traveling is a much bigger spite to me. Part-time builder's really good. I like it a lot more than most, I think. And it might have just gone down in power in the last year or so, but I haven't been tracking. There was Fisherman. Somebody plays Groupie and Fisherman. Yeah, that would be funny. I don't think that's good, but it's possible. Someone would take like the two of the worst cards for my opening pack. I'm just gonna take Kelp Gatherer. Not really convinced it's the right pick. Alright, well Groupie isn't around, but Eris is. Definitely the right pick here. I don't think picking Groupie as a D draft. See? Now Animal Welfarist. You know, I might actually take Animal Welfarist. Though on the other hand, Architect. Oh gosh, I'm so bad at using this card. It doesn't work with Eris at all. Last chance, Marushka. Okay. That's what I like to hear. Foreman, yeah. Fiddler is tough with Resource Collector, I think. And generally it's tough. Foreman's funny. Just have to be quick with it to not slow the game down. Spinny. Spinny's great for this hand. Just that it annoys people. And it's strong, needs 3 Ox. It's really strong the earlier you play it. I have Circus Manager. Yeah, this is great time to find a Spinny. On the wheel, Cornrick would be fine, or Sack Cart, Petting Zoo, Barbershop. I think this is what I pick from on the wheel, one of these 4. Most likely the bonus point ones won't be around. But for now, it's an obvious Spinny. The Circus Manager will play Kelp Gatherer first, then Resource Collector, and then maybe Foreman if I feel like it. It's going to be a Hearth game for me. At least that's what I think right now. Yesterday we thought we were doing a Hearth game and then ended up stone ovening thanks to a crazy street musician. Oh, I like this song. Apparently it's played already on the stream at some point. Alright, Undisturbed Pond is definitely not what I'm looking for. Homework is not really necessary here. I kind of ended up with 6 early game Ox. Yeah, I kind of did. I think that's fine with Circus Manager. Just try to get like 4 of them out fast. I don't need to play Foreman, right? Like, that's possibly just a waste of time. Well, there wasn't any constable, at least that I saw, so horse could be fine. Carrots is a bit ambitious. Herb Garden's probably easier than carrots for me, and just better. Birdcage is not good. Oh wait, art director would be so amazing. I think I'm just gonna take Herb Garden here. Horse is probably the better pick. But, I mean, reminding myself to get Kelp Gatherer out early is probably a good thing. We do want to remember that Hill Bandit is in the game as like a tiebreaker if we get stuck on a clay cost miner versus a non-clay cost miner. I mean, if I could only avoid taking Watermill. Sickle. Baker's Kitchen. It's probably too early to take Baker's Kitchen. Rock Garden doesn't do enough. Yeah, Circus. When you have Circus, you have Ox to tempo every 2 rounds. I do like that as well. I don't like hitting Casino for 1 when traveling is at 1, but I think it might be one of those games, at least in rounds 1 through 3. Because if I can get Spinny out in round 3 or 4, that's really, really strong. It just changes the game immensely. Hammer's tempting, but I think Sickle's probably just the better play. Hope to get Sackcart or Cornrick on that 5th pick. Sickle definitely high variance here. I'd probably pick Guest here. I don't want to be hitting Day Laborer for the bee statue stuff. Raft is not for me. Badger's bad. Apprenticeship is not for me. Outhouse, I'm gonna let the Ox space stay empty with Circus Manager, so I think the only reasonable pick here is Guest. Also, 3 of these have play costs, so why would I feed the Hill Bandit? Sack Cartwheels. It's good enough, I think. Yeah, I don't think I need to take Clapper or Coke Stove. Dunghill doesn't fit my game right now. So Spinny is miner number 1 if possible, followed by Sack Cart. Yeah, Sickle will be a little tough without a plow. So I do have to really prioritize plowing early and mid-game. Looks like Tepempo probably has a tough pack of miners here. This is the horse pack. Hey, horse. Homework didn't get taken? What are people doing? So somebody got Undisturbed Pond with Wealthiest European. That's fun. And it means I'm likely to get Circus Manager in round 1. Hammer is good here. Baker's Kitchen is also fine, but less likely to be playable. Hammer's quite good. Especially when I'm taxing everyone on wood. I am in the 4th seat. Which does make it a lot less likely I can play Circus Manager round 1, but that's okay. Molingo kicking it off with Hill Bandit. Not really a round 1 need, but definitely you want it out by round 2 or 3, so no problem with that. Mercator goes Reedstone. I'm assuming Tepempo goes Ock here. Would love to see the 3 wood for the no Ock stuff, but I'm doubtful right now. So I guess I would like 3 wood plow. Pembo going with pasture planter. Gotcha. Okay. So that could be an issue for Hammer. So I feel like Hammer with pasture planter in hand is a great pick. Only going for 6 instead of 8 spaces or more. This is good with Supervisor, but maybe you'd aim for more. So not getting Circus Manager out round 1 kinda sucks, because I wanted to do Resource Collector, Kelp Gatherer, and Architector Heiress very quickly. Alright, and Mercator takes the plow, which makes me think something like Evening Prayer is very possible. Nobody played Part-Time Builder, which is a little interesting. Yes, Rilo, absolutely Heiress round 5 is the most deadly, but everyone saw it in the draft, which makes me a little less worried. So here, it's Day Labor or Start Horse. I could play Guest, but it's just way too early for a Guest. Average Joe, thanks so much for the Twitch Prime and the resub. Definitely appreciate it here. I am gonna stick in 4th, I think. Yeah. It's fine. I won't regret this at all. We get improvement flipping in round 2. And Malingo goes straight for the 2 read. I assume homework. Mercator gets Reedstone. I do get the Ock here, which is good. Would really suck if I didn't. And resource means that Temembo is incentivized to get resources while they're available, and that is the case with 3 wood there. So I now play Circus Manager for free. That worked out. We'll go Kelp Gatherer immediately, given that 2 players have 2 food, and Malingo probably wants to play Homework. Well, that's what I said. It's a little earlier than I thought it would happen. Because this gives away room parts. Basket maker, okay. Whoa, grocer. Malingo's gonna need a lot of food for that grocer. Wow, if this is my hand, I'd absolutely take Reedstone food in the first seat. Reason being is that you need a lot of food tempo for that grocer. You want to be sure that you can play Basket Maker and have room parts while eating a reed. You want to have 3 reed by the end of the first stage, and kind of like 5 if you are set on playing Homework this early. But this Kelp Gatherer should be triggering early and often with Grocer in play. If Temembo takes Traveling here, that would really be rough. But I think I just play Kelp Gatherer on Ak if that's the case. It's just that important for me here. And Temembo goes with a plow. Great. Kelp. Yeah, this has to be Malingo's first pick. Hey, Takise. Yep, there's the tutorial for playing on Play Agricola. Wow, Malingo going for Reedstone food. That's telling everyone to take the food from you. I think I'm okay with 3 wood here and then Resource Collector. Yeah, looks okay for me so far. Malingo's just going to have a hard time getting room parts and feeding done in an effective way. So I'll play Resource Collector here. I'll take Reed that first, then Wood, I guess. Reed, Wood, Clay, Stone is probably the best order. The Stone isn't super urgent, and if I have an extra round to help get clay for a renovate or a fireplace, then that's probably a good time. Mercator playing ladder. This smells like an axe. And I don't like it. Like axe, ladder, undisturbed pond, wealthy hero, that's an incredibly strong game if that happens. Fireplace for Temembo, triggering the hill farmer. I don't like to see that. keeping traveling players low should be pretty helpful here. Two players with one field in. I think I prefer Reedstone over 2 Reed, because I have the Reed already. But I will take either. And then I could start Spinny. But I could just do that next round and combine it with the Heiress. Yeah, and Takise, definitely the coolest thing about this Agricola setup is that you can just click on stuff if you don't know the card. I generally play with a lot of fan-made cards in addition to many expansions, so it goes beyond the base Agricola quite a bit sometimes, and being able to click on things, you just are able to read the full text on your own. Malingo buying the clay oven. So a lot of people do this with Grocer, using that first grain to just keep the food going. It's viable, but I think it weakens Grocer a lot. You'd really like both types of crops from it. Mercator probably builds a room here. And what I think I'm going to do is play Architect on traveling players through the Circus Manager. And then be ready for Start Spinny and Heiress. Malingo had a second food from Bandit, which allowed him to buy 2 things off the Grocer. Yeah, and the piles here are not interesting, so I'll just take Architect here. Keep these Ox coming out fast. I'm not taking as much wood as I could right now, which could hurt me later. But I have a lot of good stuff going right now. Malingo starts with a duck pond. A couple start players from Malingo that I think feel rushed to me, which could mean that there's a reason for Malingo to have a bunch of cards out that I'm not aware of, and it could mean that I just play differently. Round 5 is Stone, which is pretty much what I want to see here. Anything that isn't Grow. I'll probably be able to start Spinny with my first action. Yep, exactly, Marushka. Everyone saw Heiress, but Mercator has to start here. Ah, and yeah, Undisturbed Pond. Sure. Yeah, this is a good play. Not only it saves him against Heiress, but oh, there is also Head of the Family around. Good call. It's in Mercator's hand. Or Tepembo's. Animal Holder also came out, which means I don't want to delay fencing too long. Well, Eris is not quite as good as it could have been. 5 clay is good, though. I won't rush the Spinny. Oh, I mistracked this. Malingo has head of the family. Malingo doesn't have a great food situation, but it's barely survivable here. So this wood situation, I'm playing Eris on my second move. So I can get the room and 2 food without an action, without an extra action. Alright, looks like Tepembo's taking the sheep here, maybe. If growth flips, then I get 6 wood. If it's Reno, then Tepembo gets the 6 wood. That's probably fine. I donated recently. Chris should be on my side. Let's get the Eris down. Then we get a clay room in 10 and a stone room in 13 if we afford it. Architect isn't restricted to this space, right? Yeah, okay, good. Alright, and growth does flip here. Very good for me. Tepembo forced to start. I get the 6 wood. I can build Hearth on turn, the next turn, potentially. Tepembo going with Crib here. I like Crib a lot less than most people. Yeah, Chris, exactly, Rilo. Chris coming in with the assist here. Getting a nice little 6 wood pile. Right before Spinny hits the table. Maybe I should play Sack Cart on start player, though, and growth with Spinny. Definitely a Hearth sooner rather than later. Mercator fishes. This worked out pretty well. Nobody's got groupie going. So I do need to make sure I get my Reno in so I can get this clay room in round 10. But this Hearth is amazing in my position. Aside from stealing growth, this stage 2 is going about as well as I could have hoped. Yeah, room with 2 food and 6 wood is a good first action, I agree. My feeding is already set. I'm growing 3rd. Malingo also grows here with nothing. Okay. I actually might not need to start. I am 1 clay short of the 7 that I need to get the heiress room. Or, I mean, I'm 5 clay short, which means the 4 clay is 1 short. Chances anyone builds ahead of me is like 0. The 3 reed is definitely part of the plan. 3 stone is very good. Mercator's dropping wealthy euro soon, making the stone very questionable. So the reed, I think, is going to propel my game faster. I actually do think I will have to start, just because... And maybe I should have first, because now Mercator has some lines just to take wood. Mercator already has the reed for the room with the ladder. But maybe he wants to take 4 wood first. Because otherwise, if Mercator takes start, I probably try to take wood off the board as a defense mechanism. Yeah, and if I play start here, I can get Sat Cart down for round 8. Yeah, okay, there's the wealthy euro, and, you know, 6 stone is an okay action for 0 food. Well, really glad Mercator didn't have an axe. Or like an evening prayer to make it super strong. The stone says he wants to reno well and then reno to stone pretty soon. I think there was 1 Stonehouse card in the draft, but I don't remember what it was. If I see a good action, look for better. Yeah, that's a chess maxim that's true in this too. But I think it has to be Sat Cart here. There's so many good reasons to do it. Ooh, I could build. And just ignore the heiress. I'm gonna do this. I think this miner is good enough. I think Mercator's still too likely to build a room if I don't. No, not without the wood. Sack cart the extra grain is fine. Yeah, 5 clay, so hoping the clay goes up to 6. So Malingo took the 3 stone and reed stone so far. Tepembo plowed after growing. And played sheep market. A little interesting. Mercator renoing with the well as expected. The wood should be better contested than this. Or more highly contested than this, I should say. I'm a little confused. I like having all the extra stone in the game. It makes this round 13 room quite possible, actually. I should definitely see if I can hit it. more wood for Malingo. Mercator sows the grain. Perhaps looking to stone oven. Alright, I could take 6 wood or 6 clay. It's gotta be the wood. As much as 6 clay is good for me and the Heiress plan, that removes some flexibility. I have just as good room parts here. Nobody else is really in line for rooms. If people were in line for rooms, that would lead me towards Heiress, where I have the room guaranteed and I can really force tempo. But here, with no obvious fight for rooms, head of the family doesn't really count as fighting, in my opinion. Removing the wood from the game when I have Spinny, I think this is the right call. Doesn't pressure me on timing too badly. You know what I could play here instead of Spinny is Hammer. Oh, Malingo never took clay food from the hearth. That's a little while ago. So, this hammer, you're sure he did take? No, it doesn't look like he announced. Oh, yeah, huh. Good call, Marishka. Or was that from Fireplace? No, that was from the Fireplace, actually. No, it looks like he's good. Alright, so what am I doing here? Hammer, fence 6, or just play Spinny? We'll do this. Yeah, so I guess that's a matter of the wording of mine being unclear, because I think the reference was to the 1 clay already in 1 clay and 1 food already in Malingo's supply, not the triggers from Hill Bandit. So it's a very easy misunderstanding. Malingo uses that to get Fireplace. Mercator, I would expect Renos. a room. Sure. Yeah, that works. Yeah, Mercator's game's looking good. I would have probably built the room on the bottom row, but I don't think it matters. There's plenty of time to make the farm nice. Tupembo going with Omni Farmer. Is he gonna sow 2 veg next round? No. Be interested to see how that works out. So I do think I build a wood room this coming round. I get 2 pigs. And I plow? I eat a couple veg. 1 veg, because I'm building a room which gets 2 food. Mercator going with Trailblazer. Okay, that's a good reason to sow. Yeah, nice. Mercator's game looking good. Omni Farmer, Animal Holder I didn't see. Grocer I didn't see. Duck Pond I didn't see. Not sure I saw Sheep Market or Crib, but those are not super consequential, so I don't remember those as often. Alright, it looks like Tupembo might be taking clay with the last move of this round. I'm definitely going for the 2 boar first, over 4 wood. And then, it looks like fishing is likely to get taken, but maybe not as much as I'd hope. Not as likely as I'd hope. The plow situation looks like sickle won't hit the table. It's probably okay. Malingo needs a couple reed to make that basket maker work out with another room. So pigs are definitely not the animal I want to end up with this game, given that a lot of this game, given that I have Milking Hand, but there are many outs for me still. Mostly, if I can get 2 cows in round 11 or 12, then I just eat whatever pigs I've bred up to, up -1. Mercator takes 3 wood, and what does that mean for the last actions there? Grow and sow? No, not gonna have time. Tupembo takes... I think I just get to grow this round. Because I'm not quite sure how Mercator feeds. There would need to be a simple oven or something to that effect. Iron oven would be really nice. It might just be iron oven. And this would be one of the strongest ways to use a card like iron oven. Just surprise, I can feed and grow. So that's my guess, iron oven. Oh, apprenticeship. Businesswoman. Okay, that's a lot trickier than I had expected. And a Black Swan Lake. Very nice. Yeah, nice stuff from Mercator there. It does look like I can travel with my last action. Might as well play Foreman ahead of Milking Hand. The only other option is to plow, but then I lose out on some stuff. I think Malingo probably triggers the fishing anyway. Reedstone food makes some sense, but maybe not enough. 2 reed is 1 food short for them. Ah, yeah. Thank you. That's 3 food. Definitely tried to hit the button twice. So now plow is a lot more exciting. And this is just like the importance of plowing. Because this is really good. This just does get me an extra veg, though, most likely. Then now Malingo has enough food. Huh. I think Malingo would just take 2 reed no matter what. Feels a bit trellisy for Tepembo. I think you might have a point there. I will consider growing a little earlier than usual because I am planning to play Spinny. Malingo starts with Raft, so I guess that's good for me. Three wood for Mercator. Yeah, this Spinny, really wish it could have happened earlier, but this is kind of like the 4th seat blues that I can blame. I wasn't able to just prioritize everything I wanted to. Maybe I should have put extra effort into hitting Spinny on the table. Yeah, nobody bottom fed at all. Tepembo gets Omni Farmer going. Yeah, Gray, the more you mention it, it feels more than a little trellisy, doesn't it? With Pasture Planner not needing to max, having 3 wood right now, 2 veg fields. Yep, good observations. I just wasn't looking very closely. That farm is very much a pumpkin trellis waiting to happen. Oh, okay. First action fish, huh? I'll take it. Malingo didn't take the reed that I was expecting him to take. That's fine. Mercator taking the stone, that's a little more annoying. I would like to have 7 stone by round 12. That looks a lot less likely now. The best path would be 2 reedstone foods and 3 stone in round 12. On the space where there's currently 1. Though that is the right number of resources overall, so maybe I should go for that. Alright, this is the food critic. We got cows in 11 instead of 10, which is a little unfortunate. I probably grow with Spinny first and then hope to get Plow on the wheel, though nothing's super exciting anymore. There's that trellis. Yep. Nice, nice job getting that set up. I'll just grow right now. The wood situation for Malingo and Mercator's rough. Absolutely average show. Gray is a killer. So Reedstone Food or Plow are the moves for me. Next, followed by either the other one or Traveling for Foreman. And the thing with Eris is that you never need more than the first room from it. Everything else on top is a bonus. I'll obviously be trying to hit that bonus, but it won't be the foremost thing on my mind. Mercator playing Debris Dealer. Good little source of wood, assuming that renovations are happening. I'm pretty close to giving up on Eris, honestly. This last stone room. My game seems good enough. I don't need to... Now that Mercator's played Debris Dealer, makes me even more hesitant. What's the right spot to plow here? This. Yeah, I should absolutely play Foreman with this last action if I can. Could also play Milking Hand. And then just take a cow by itself in round 11, take one by itself in round 12. That's also pretty strong. Yeah, which would be, oh, I do need an extra read on top of the 2 Reedstone Food actions. You're right. Yeah, that room is looking pretty rough. Malingo is going to build a room here, it looks like. I feel like it's probably too late. Malingo didn't collect enough early wood. And that means the fencing is going to be incredibly tough. Mercator took the 5 food. Okay, so floated it too long. I'm gonna need 8 food in the harvest. I do have this grain coming in. I think I'm still doing okay. Though I might want to take the clay. So the goal is to have sow bake next round. And I might need to do it first if Mercator doesn't sow with his last action. Also, is just 3 wood is an okay pick, because I'm not done fencing. One of the benefits to Spinny is that you can just take wood late in rounds. Yeah, I think I give up on the Eris room, and I'm okay with it. It gives me an easier farm layout to hit Sickle, which I think is still possible. Debris Dealer gets Mercator 2 clay, which means Fireplace is on the table. Yeah, I think I just want to make the wood piles lower. Sowing makes sense. Um, but now I get to block Mercator from doing it. I keep the wood low. I feel like that's the better play in my gut. So I don't think I saw a ladder, and I didn't see Black Swan, which means Mercator would need me to forget something if they have Turnip Field or something like that. So yep, just sow here. One of each, I think, and bake one. Maybe not. No, I better sow it. So I would think it is a bit more contested with Mercator having... Oh, the grain comes off. Missed that part. So plow, 6 clay, Reno pottery would be a great sequence for me. Is the 6 clay worth more than the plow? Well, Tepembo's taking plow. Alright, I don't have to think about it. I could also start Herb Garden with one of these moves. That could be pretty nice. I'm definitely happy with either round 12 space showing up. Tepembo can Reno, but doesn't have resources for an improvement. At least not obviously. Yeah, Gary. I did bake one of them. But thanks for looking out. Alright, Mercator taking start player with buried treasure. Lots of improvements on that farm. I should really take pottery. Malingo just could take it with a food critic on their farm. Okay, Tepembo taking one cow is really unfortunate for me. Reedstone and 3-stone to round out a stone does feel more optimistic, I agree. So I'm eating a clay, 3 food, and a boar, and that means I can take 3 wood with my last action. And be using Spinny in this annoying way. Where, coke stove. That's a fun way to get a wood on food critic. Mercator grabs a veg. It's reedstone or 3 wood here. I'm just gonna keep taking the wood. It's definitely more my style. Herb garden just doesn't fit very well here. So this coming round, Mercator getting Chief's grandson down. Nice. 3 points there. Decent chance I get 6 wood. I feel like I'd rather aim for plow. And try to get sickle by the end of the game. I think this is probably a great example of our styles being different, Gray. Because I think you are probably right. If I want to take 6 wood with my first action, I could probably try to wheel it. My style of play is a lot more towards pressuring the table into needing food and wood more than they want to. Because Mercator's okay on wood, but Malingo's really not. It looks like Tepembo is plowing, which is unfortunate for me. I probably just start player here with Herb Garden. What am I hoping to do the rest of the round? 3 stone and renovate, probably? Or 3 stone and reedstone, and then... not quite sure. Could fence. I could take 1 cow. My layout kind of doesn't count with fencing big. Oh, I wasn't really planning on fencing big. I always had 4 or 5 fields in mind. I think I'm gonna still try for 5. Which is definitely a stretch right now. Probably won't happen, but I'm gonna try. We have 1 for Woodawk on the table, animal holder. So I probably want to fence. Tough point in this game. I'm gonna need to do a lot of things better than Mercator in this endgame. $10 points in cards, 3 bonus. This is 5 plus. Probably only 6 or 7 so far. I have fences and animals a lot more likely than Mercator. I should take stone with my next action. Decide what I want to do with fencing and animals. If Tepembo renovates with this action, then Mercator gets 2 wood. According to play-by-play, Tepembo is thinking about renovating. Looks like that's the plan. Carrots got all the way there. I guess that was a pretty decent miners pack that it came from. Mercator's on same page. You think I'm losing to Tepembo, huh? Very possible. I think my house and people are going to be better enough. Not fencing here really sucks. So I'll fence here. Because with Mercator having 13 wood, that's the right time to fence. This lets me hold another pair. Hopefully it's cattle. Malingo plays a fireplace. That was replaced with coke stove. Mercator takes reedstone food. Is 3 stone away from building a stone room, huh? So I better take this stone. Not really sure. Ah, half-timbered house. Yeah, that's very possible. Last move, 1 cow. Yeah, 1 cow. Then it's Plowso. Another cow. Start player, milking hand. Something like that. Pretty optimistic. Mason's apprentice. That's not what I expected. Alright, so I could just try to get 2 cows, but I don't know what my replacement action would be. Terra Optimistica, huh. So I could just take traveling here, let my opponents get the plows, and take 2 cows myself. That doesn't seem that bad. But it means Sickle is for sure dead. It's probably dead anyway, but I want to believe. Are my actions doing enough otherwise? Maybe they're not. Alright, Malingo, don't take the cow from me. There is definitely that disaster of a line. But Malingo needs wood. Take the 2 wood, I'm gonna give you 6. Yeah, I'll take it first action. Yeah, thankfully that didn't happen. Malingo took a grain so they could go for the double sow on this plow. Though with Grocer, you don't really need that. Kind of interesting. Two pigs becomes an okay action. Grow, plow. I'm gonna get one of those. Alright, Sickle's totally dead. Why did he not grow with Head of the Family? Might have just forgot. This song sounds like the world map music on a PS2. Yeah. It's called Learning is Fun. I get grow here somehow. Now 6 wood is good. I'm a little too hungry for start guest, unfortunately. Start horse is fine. Yeah, I agree with that. Head of the Family loves growth in 12. Fish for Mercator, thank you. It's been a good kelp gatherer, as it often is. Maybe I still play guest here. No, I play horse. I play horse. So much horse. It's gonna be a very big plow sow for me. 4 points or so. Tepembo took Reedstone, which is not what I want to see. I might want to go up on Animal Holder soon. Just because Tepembo has plenty. See, so right now I'm at 5 food with the clay and the milking hand, which means I probably can just eat a veg. I'll have extra veg this game, almost certainly. On the other hand, if I can find enough food, then I can sow 2 grain and max my grain. I do have a spite fence, which is fun. Meaning, also Malingo. Could normal fence next round if Mercator doesn't? No, Mercator has to be fencing this round. And probably now. After Malingo takes 5 and 4 wood. Yep, there are the fences. I assume Tepembo takes 3 stone here. Which means I'm not renoing and I should use my stone on joinery. It's a little unfortunate. Probably could have planned that better. Alright, is my best move 3 food? That would be really sad. This is a point in 2 food. And not having to worry about it next round. Oh, I owe 9 this harvest, not 8. Probably just take 3 food. not where I wanted to be. Yeah, I have 5 actions. I can take 6 clay next round. Sad vegetable there. Better than foreman. Okay, so 2 food, clay is 4, milk is 5, 2 veg is 11. And then I sow 1 of each. I breed both. Malingo Renos with joinery. Okay, so that's off the table. Yep, definitely still looks like half-timbered house for Mercator. Oh, Mason's Apprentice. You're right. I am not focused enough. Or didn't wake up early enough to get the coffee running through me fast enough. Something like that. Excuses, excuses. That's all I offer. That's fine. So, what am I up to with my other moves? I'm getting 2 food from Milking Hand. What kind of coffee? Oh, just cheap store-bought coffee grounds and a Mr. Coffee. With a lot of hazelnut creamer and sugar. I am not exactly a coffee snob. Alright, so 6 clay gets me to 7 food. Mercator taking Sobake. Oh, Tepembo is gonna have to eat animals now. Okay. Mercator does look like this is their game. Well, if drinking coffee can get me into trouble, then I'm like in deep. I do get caffeine headaches now, so. Oh, hey, we're at 16 viewers. What's up, everyone? Yeah, the Thursdays and Fridays seem to get plenty of viewers in the last few weeks, so I definitely appreciate the support. Obviously fun to be chatting with all of you, even when I'm making moves that aren't suggested by Gray. And when they're suggested by Gray, they're probably right. So, I'm going to end on 9 animals if I can avoid eating any. The 1 cow was a move I was considering. The pig gets me to 10 food. It blocks Mercator getting 2 points. It's probably the right move here. Nobody needs the 6 clay. I could threaten Reno for no good reason. This also gives me another animal to try to defend Animal Holder. Though, does it really? Tepembo's only feeding 6. Needs to Omni a grain? No, can't Omni a grain. The growth gets him positive of food because of crib. Right now this crib is only 2 wood for 2 food, which is not good. Yeah, Malingo forgot head of the family probably. Or is just hungry. Or is just hungry. Mercator took wood for the for stables? Is there a Turner I didn't remember about? Allegory. Oh, yikes. Yeah, if Wait, no. There's no G6 or G7. I meant there to be G6 and G7, but there isn't, which means it's not Allegory, right? Right? Choose 2 stables. Allegory would be super yikes. Alright, Tepembo is growing. Got 3 food after crib, 6 after eating a veggie. Can eat a sheep or turn it into a veggie. And then ends with 10 animals. So I do need to keep this boar, most likely. I'll take my clay right now. Then I have 1 point in clay, 1 point in veg. I guess Tepembo could take the veg. Basket Maker's Workshop? Yeah, needing the major space is tough. That's definitely a good thought to use the resources. But generally, aiming for the major spot is risky. And it's 2 moves for 2 points. It's just not very efficient anymore. And definitely that's my own fault, but Malingo not taking the wood off Grocer to fence 12. Yeah, I could fence 1. Malingo's renovating with that last action anyway. Okay. To play is a point. What do I have that isn't a point? That's more than a point. 3, 5, 7, 10. Food. Yeah, 3 food is a point, but I don't see that anywhere on the board. So it's going to be 2 clay and fences. Mercator can fence. One big fence. Scholar, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I assume you're the same scholar that plays on the site. Ah, I do get food for stables. Mercator's gonna be building stables though, is my guess. Alright, cool. Well, glad to have you here. So my guess is that I lose to Mercator by, I don't know, 6. Tepembo is ending on 10 animals, which is what I would have assumed. Though I think... Did he eat the wrong type? I think he ate the wrong type. Because at worst it would be use sheep market to turn a sheep into a veg and eat the veg. Alright. So feed, 3 food, clay. 2F milk plus veg. And I do get the animal holder. So that's exciting. 2 for milking, 3 for animal holder, 2 for horse. And I do okay. Wow, it's a lot closer than I thought. What was that, 41? Alright, so that could have been worse. Definitely could have been better. I mean, if I'm missing out on... Wow, just a 2-point game in the end. Mercator fencing late was really bad, relatively. I think Malingo and Tepembo made a couple inefficient moves just in terms of final points, but wasn't going to affect the outcome of this one. Alright, so that's how this Agricola week ends. Thanks again, everyone, for hanging out with me. In terms of the Terra Mystica stream, I don't think we're having an all-player commentary this weekend because the Fire 2 tournament is happening. Catch that at twitch.tv/Fire2 tournaments. That's tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's my normal stream time. Go there and you can watch 2 very entertainingly casted Terra Mystica games back-to-back with some of the best players in the world. 16-player tournament that I'm taking apart in a week from tomorrow. At that time, in that place. So that's why there's no Terra Mystica all-player commentary. We're big overlap there. Last thing. Do we have anyone to host? No, we do not. I meant to host DJ Parson yesterday after this ended, but I accidentally ended the stream first, and then we didn't host anyone. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a good weekend.